But I was the guy who was, making it happen. I felt like I could see what's going on, and it was nice to be the guy to say like, no, this is what you do, and you're done. There's a lot of secrets behind being a parent that you don't know about until after you have a kid and you complain about it and everyone else complains about it too. It's like, why didn't anybody tell me this? Like, my wife was miserable thinking there's something wrong with her because she can't breastfeed.
Yes, it's really important that the dad become involved with the breastfeeding. First of all, it's something new for the mom. It's something new for the family.
There's all these instincts in place, and yet there's also a huge learning curve. So getting a lot of support at that time is huge.
Now, if the father is critical of that learning curve, then if I'm criticizing you, the chances of you wanting to continue doing something are very small. If I'm supportive of you doing something as my mate and have respect for what you're doing and get all excited about it, then obviously you're going to continue. And the research supports dad's involvement with breastfeeding. And how can dad be involved? Easily.
Talking to the baby while the baby's feeding, bringing mom a glass of water. In the nights, I think it's a good thing for dads to be the ones who would bring the baby to mom in the night. That's a way to be there and just be talking and soothing and to the baby and to mom.
Observing and, giving input, especially to an emotional person who's not even thinking about it and just thinks there's something wrong with her or her baby because they're not breastfeeding. Very, very difficult, actually. A lot of people have problems at the beginning, as I learned, because I was in the hospital and then taking a breastfeeding kind of course, and everybody in the hospital seemed to be there.
I don't think there are lots of new moms who have no problem with breastfeeding. I think, dads need to know that it's a tricky thing. It's not just, it's just natural and you should be able to do it. It's a tricky thing, and there's lots of ways that dads can be there and offer their support. He did everything from helping me position myself for the baby to latch on, to helping me figure out whether the latch was right, to helping me relax my shoulders when my shoulders were rising to my ears.
If moms are feeling uptight and their stress level's high, if they're feeling out of sorts a little bit, that's going to actually impact the supply of breast milk. So
something that gets the dad involved, that the mom knows that she's not alone. And that's the big thing, that the mom isn't alone.
There's an awful lot to support the idea that when fathers are solid and supportive in those realms, women do quite well.
Mom will go the whole 9 yards with breastfeeding. Minimum 6 months, maybe a year.
Dad, this is probably everyone's worried about the health of the child. And as the dad, maybe it's like not fair that you're not experiencing the pain of breastfeeding because a lot of women want to give up. But in a way, there's a benefit to that because you can be the guy saying like, no, just see it through. And there's like a fine line between, pushing your wife into doing something that she doesn't want to do, but between that and being the guy who helps support her and see it through kind of the painful part of it. So I'm glad that we got past it. I think it's important, for a child to be breastfed, and I'm happy that both our children were.